show that.
You want to show that? Who is it? Is that Bigfoot? Hello everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back to the Holistic Homemaker channel. This week it has been cold. I don't know where this cold front came from. Obviously it's winter, but South Carolina doesn't get crispy like this. Where we live, we are the last town, pretty much the last town before you hit Georgia. So for like the very southern tip of South Carolina, it does not get this bitter. So I am going for super cozy, delicious dishes this week. So we're going to be making some sweet potato soup. I'm also going to be making some oat cakes. I have a cookbook that I showed you all a couple months ago. This one, A Basket by the Door. I love this cookbook and I was using it almost religiously until I was told that I could no longer do gluten or dairy. And so I kind of started venturing back into this cookbook the other day just to see what I could try to modify. And I found this recipe for oat cakes, and they sound very simple and something that I can very easily swap out. So we're going to be making those, some sweet potato soup. I'm also going to be making some really awesome cookies. I talk about Rachel Connors in almost every video because her baking recipes are just so solid. So we're going to be making some. Ooh, is he waking up? He would wake up as soon as I start. Oh, be right back.
Super happy.
You're super happy? You're coming with me? Check on our garlic. Oh, pine cone.
Hot cookie. Hot cone. Cookie.
We did have lettuce poke up, which I think is very funny because these haven't been planted since last summer. And then our beans came up. As you can see, our cat problem has not gone away. It's been digging in here nonstop.
Watermelon.
Yeah, watermelons over here and another bean. This bed is currently empty. So is this one, but I do keep turning the dirt. I keep turning the dirt because I want it to still stay healthy. I don't really need to. You're digging? I don't really need to water it at all because it is so cold. We're getting a little bit of frost in the morning, so it is super wet right now. But it's looking really good over here. We do still have jalapenos growing as well as the herbs. I don't know how the jalapenos are doing. I think we only have maybe 2 on the little tree that we have, but they are still growing.
Go fast.
You want to go fast?
Okay. Mommy, wait, jacket.
Mommy's wearing a jacket.
Fast.
Big fast? Try. You see a big airplane? Where? Of course, as I start the soup, I forgot to turn on the camera. So you're gonna take 3 sweet onions, chop them up in your soup, add some cumin, some curry powder, avocado oil, salt, half measure of garlic cloves. This recipe was very spontaneous. I don't have any base for this, so I'm gonna try and make it a couple of times to perfect it, but it doesn't matter how you chop it, just saute it until it's translucent. Something I always keep on hand is a veggie scraps bag. I pull them out of the freezer And everything from celery to onions to carrot tops, whatever, just throw it in your freezer bag. You can make stock later. I'm adding 1 yellow pepper and just a handful of small carrots just to really give it a super bright orange color as I puree it. Also, it's just a little bonus veggie. Again, it doesn't matter how big or little you chop them or how consistent it is, because we are going to end up pureeing this later. I can tell you that this soup already smells really good just because of the spices that I had toasting in there. I'm obsessed with cumin and curry powders. They just make such a different, robust flavor. And I'm looking for cozy this week, and cozy is always curry for me. This gallon bag is all of the sweet potatoes that we harvested from the garden. I'm so proud of this bag. It is now currently gone, but we ate them all right after this. But if I could measure it out, it would probably be like 3 or 4 sweet potatoes is what I ended up adding to the soup. I did half of this bag, and they're cut pretty thin, so I would say maybe 3 or 4 sweet potatoes. You want to mix it up really, really good. Why? I have no idea. I spent so much time mixing this up and it made absolutely no sense. But I guess because it was frozen, I didn't want it to stick to the pan, but I had like a solid 2 minutes of footage of me just stirring this pot. Maybe I was zoning out, I don't know. This coconut cream is amazing. I buy it in bulk on Amazon. I can link it below if you like. It makes just the perfect consistency. It is the most affordable one that I have found, and is also the best one that I've found. A lot of these coconut creams are a lie. This is like legit. You're also going to add veggie stock to this as well. And the way you're going to kind of measure your liquids is you want to have all of your veggies covered with liquid, because you're going to be boiling it. And you want everything to be cooked and everything to be covered. So let it simmer until the potatoes get soft. Once you can break them apart with your spoon, you're good. And then puree. You want it completely smooth, no chunks. I grabbed a few sprigs of our lemon thyme from the garden, and this made a huge flavor bomb difference. If you don't have lemon thyme, which is a very specific type, regular thyme works perfectly fine. I do the sprigs though and not a sprinkle in, because I do end up removing it later on because I don't want to eat sticks. I wanted just a pure soup. But if you don't mind the little some leaves in your soup, I mean, by all means, sprinkle some in. And then it's done. I'm just gonna let it simmer until we're ready to eat. That's your soup. Super simple and absolutely delicious. I ended up making some really, really sad gluten-free English muffins, so just ignore that off to the side. Just look how beautiful that soup turned out. It was so good, it hit the spot. That night, Cameron was like, "What did you do with that soup?" So it was a 10 out of 10 in this house, and I hope that you try it.
Potato bug. Potato bug.
Did you find a potato bug? Where? I don't see a potato bug. You a goose? Don't touch it.
No.
Yeah, leave it alone. We don't touch the zombie frog, buddy. Say hi. So in the last 24 hours, I have gotten 3 orders on my Etsy page, which is wild because I have not gotten a single order in 2 years. So,
Mommy, look at that.
you want to look at Jack? Okay. So, today we are going to be shipping out a couple of things, but I wanted to show you what I will be mailing out, and I'm super excited about it. One of the orders I can't mail out yet because the yarn is currently on back order, and the customer knows that, so she knows that it will be a little bit closer to Christmas. Luckily, she lives locally, so I'm just going to deliver that to her house. Hold what?
Blue pen.
You want to hold this?
Hold Daddy pen.
Hold Daddy's pen. Okay. So she lives locally, and so luckily I can just deliver that to her. But I am going to send her a little thank you gift today. Hi.
Open.
Don't open that. Do not open it. So I'm going to show you all what I am sending off and things that I'm now going to have to restock in the store. So I showed you all this a while back, my little Christmas trees. So I put them up on a little cutesy string. You need to close that, buddy. Close that. See, it's stinky. Let me see.
Kiki.
Stinky. So I'm mailing out some Christmas tree ornaments. I'm really excited that these have been so popular. I put them up on the shop as kind of a fluke, but they seem to be popular. So I will be mailing those out today. I'm mailing out one order of 2 and then an order of 1. And then I'm also mailing out a headband. Is that closed? A headband that I had made, and it's got this cute little knotted bow detail in the front. I know I'm looking at like the side camera because I don't know what it looks like. But I'm mailing out a little headband as a thank you to the person who ordered the big chunky blanket. I'm going to mail them a Christmas tree just because they were so kind and patient and understanding with the yarn being on back order from Black Friday.
An alien.
One alien?
An alien.
One alien. Where?
An alien. An alien.
One alien where?
An alien. An alien.
So I'll be mailing out 3 orders today, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's a great first little jump start into the new year because I haven't gotten oh, you're all done? Okay. Because I haven't gotten a single order in so long. Okay. Because I haven't gotten an order in so long, I feel like this is a great jump start into the new year. I really did want to start promoting my store a bit more, so Daddy's pen is stinky. So I do have 4 Christmas trees left. If you're interested, I'll link them below. Yeah, so we're gonna pack these up. I'm not gonna do like a packing thing because that's not what this is just yet. But I am going to be heading to the store later today, right? And then we're gonna come home and we're gonna make some cookies. Are we making thumbprint cookies today? Mm-hmm. I'll see you guys in a little bit. This thumbprint recipe is so easy. So for the cookies, you're gonna do 1.5 cups of almond flour. And then you're gonna add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and then you're gonna do 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil. This recipe is a super wet one because you are going to be putting it in the fridge for an hour. You can keep it in the fridge for a while because all of the oil needs to harden back up before you bake it, or it would literally just melt all over the tray. So the cooling period is super important. The batter is very, very wet though, so don't be discouraged or concerned about that. It will firm up in the fridge. That is literally it for the cookie recipe. Almond flour, coconut oil, maple syrup, salt. Boom. And the best part is that you can coat them in whatever you want. Oh my gosh. Look how cute my kid is. I swear. He looks like Mr. Krabs. Yeah, it's the best. Anyways, so you're gonna take it out of the fridge. I think I cooled mine for about 2 hours. So you're gonna just roll it into little balls. The yield for this recipe is 15 cookies. I did not get 15 because I made really big cookies, but you can roll them in anything. You can roll them in coconuts, you can roll them in pistachios, in almond meal. You can really roll them up into anything, and I think that makes it super fun. Last time I made these, I rolled them up in coconut and I did a raspberry jam, and it was absolutely delicious. This go around, I honestly forgot to roll them in something, and I was severely bummed because then it just tastes like almond and jelly, and they were still really, really good, but I wish that I had remembered to roll them in something just to give it that little textural difference. So you're going to line them up on your sheet. You want to do parchment paper because of the oil in them. They do spread a little bit, and you just don't want to get the oil all over your pan because it can burn and all that other good stuff. Then you're just going to literally take your thumb into the center of each cookie to create a tiny little cocoon for where your jelly is going to go. There is a recipe with this recipe for a raspberry jam that is a cup of frozen raspberries and a tablespoon of chia seeds. I had some raspberry jam left over, so I just kind of decided to use that instead. As you can see, I am running low on said jam. So we're really scraping the thing on here, but that's okay. I just wanted to get it out of the fridge. So we've got everybody nice and cozy with a little bit of jelly. They look so good. Honestly, I might make these again today because they are making my mouth water. And they smell so nice and fresh too. Taking a mini dance break. Jack wanted to dance on the camera.
Grinch.
It is the Grinch. You just noticed? Oh, I just love you. After your dance break, your cookies will be done. They spread a lot, so the bigger you make them, the more spread they're gonna give. But if you make them this size, they will be perfect. As you can see, I got a little wild on the other side of the screen, but half of them look beautiful. Let them cool all the way. Gluten-free things need to cool 100% before you enjoy them. So, got Cameron a cute little card, little nutcracker action, and then my delicious cookies. This oat cake recipe was crazy easy. 2 cups of rolled oats and 1 1/3 cup of plain flour. I used a gluten-free flour. And then it's a tablespoon of soft brown sugar. I'm trying to figure out where I am in my life. After the brown sugar, you're going to do a little bit of sea salt. It says a teaspoon and then just a little extra for sprinkling. I did not sprinkle on top because I wanted this to be a little bit of a sweeter thing. But then you're going to measure out 3.5 ounces of butter. So what I did was I grabbed my scale, I measured it out, and it says cut into cubes. You're putting it in the food processor, so I don't really think the cubes matter. If they do, let me know. I don't know if cubes versus spoonfuls matter, but you're going to pulse it until you kind of have that grainy texture, and then you're gonna slowly add a little bit of water. It says to add a 1/4 cup of water and then blitz it again until it looks like coarse sand. That is a direct quote. And then add a tablespoon of water necessary to bring the mixture together. So then dump it out onto your whatever kind of board you have. I have a countertop. And I'm just shaping it into a dough ball. It doesn't say to do that. This was more out of like habit, I think. You're going to shape it into a disc of some sort. It says 1/8 of an inch thick. I just kind of thought, what kind of cracker do I want to have? I did do them too thin, so maybe do 1/8 of an inch thick. And I don't have a round cookie cutter, so we had flowers. I thought that was hilarious. I have this huge basket of cookie cutters. Not a single one of them is round. So we have flower oat cakes, and they turned out really super cute. I didn't want to make the whole batch though, so half of the dough I did put away to put into the freezer, so next go around I will make them a bit thicker. These turned out to be more crackery, which is what I wanted for this particular evening, but I think next time if I make them a bit thicker, they might have more of like a cookie consistency and be really nice and soft. I'm sure both options are absolutely delicious though. While those were baking, I was like, I need to make something with this. And I believe the channel is Healthy Elizabeth. She made this chutney style thing with cranberries. And I love cranberry season, is my favorite. And so I was like, I want to try that. So easy. I'm going through my cranberries right now, getting rid of any of the weird looking ones. Being very attractively hunched over my sink. But I'm picking them out and washing them with 2 cutie oranges. And I'm just washing them off to get whatever weirdness might be on them. Very, very thoroughly. Next, you're gonna put everything into the food processor. So you're gonna chop up your cuties and your entire bag of cranberries. And then you're also going to add in a cup of sugar. I did 1 cup. She says you can kind of measure how sweet you want it to be. The recipe called for 1 cup. I'm gonna say 1 cup. So during this time, everybody in the house was sleeping. So I was using everything that I could possibly muster to make a million things. So I also made some granola. The relish is done. It is delicious. Now I'm putting away all of the granola. I like to make big batches of this and I eat it as cereal and it's just delicious. This is one of the Rachel Connors recipes and it also keeps really well. I make a big batch of it and it lasts me like 2 weeks. It's pretty solid. It's a delicious little cashew recipe. But by the time I was done blending a million things and being as loud as I possibly could, they took a solid nap upstairs. Little man was ready for a snack. So I wanted him to try an oat cake and this delicious relish. Now I knew by looking at it that it was going to be one that would get more flavor the more it marinated. It tasted like cranberries and orange rinds in this first batch, but it was really, really good. I knew that it had potential to be even better. And honestly, day 3 was so good. I probably wouldn't keep it past that day, but it was so good. It marinated beautifully. It got nice and sweet and a little bit of tart, and it kind of tasted like a pie filling almost. And yeah, super solid. Easy way to use up some leftover cranberries. I will be making this relish again. My reaction here is underwhelming. It was all right. The more it marinated, the better it got. I promise you, give it a shot. Okay, so I think that's it for today's video. I'm gonna whisper because Cameron and Jack are still sleeping. But I think that's it. That is everything I said I was gonna make, plus a little bit more. But I wanted to give you all an update on the lavender lane sock that I had been knitting. So I was supposed to have it done at Halloween. It's now December. It's not done. Reason being, my my needles did snap, and it took me 2 weeks to be able to get to one of the stores that's an hour away to be able to get new needles. I ordered some from Amazon. All of them came broken, so then I had no choice but to go somewhere else and buy them in person. And while I was starting to work back up into the heel, I was starting to turn the heel. I had been using wooden needles. I purchased carbon needles. The tension was different. I got mad, frogged the whole sock. So the lesson being, I need to start putting lifelines in my work. But this week I started on Monday, and I am already, that heel is turned, so I'm officially, let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, the heel is turned and I'm officially in the gusset. So this is since Monday. It's now Saturday. I'm in the gusset. It'll be done next week. And in between that time, I needed to get 3 other projects done before Thanksgiving. And I had about a week and a half's notice on that. So Cameron's mom went down to Florida for the month of December, and I had to get all of the Florida gifts done, which I didn't know was happening. So I ended up making 3 things that I didn't get to film because I was like pressure knitting. And so once this Lavender Lane sock is done, those beanies turn out super cute too. I made a real baggy one, and then I made just a standard one, and they turned out really cute. So if they do share a picture or send me a picture, I'll post it somewhere so you guys can see them too. But they did turn out really nice. I'm really excited to see everybody in their little knits this year. The only bummer about it is that I did not get to knit anything for Jack or Cameron. So maybe this year or next year I won't be doing this type of project. It was more of a challenge for myself. It did save us money, but it did take a lot of time. So once I finish this, I have 1 more pair of sock and 1 beanie left, and then I'm done. So crunch time for sure. But I wanted to give you all an update on that and let you know I am still working on it. But it is almost done. This should take me maybe 3 days to finish. So I want it done by Wednesday so that I can get into the next sock and just keep the sock thing rolling. The next pair of socks that I'm making is a booty sock, so it won't be as long in the leg, which means I get into the heel faster and everything like that. So I'm hoping to have that done in less than 2 weeks. But as we can see from my current situation, giving myself deadlines like that doesn't work because life happens. But thank you guys for joining me this week in making these different yummy things. I will link everything below that I can so that you guys can find these recipes. And if they're my recipes, let me know if you want them and I will share them with you. I made some boss meals this week. I think I'm done. I'm done for this week, and I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.